Hi, everyone. I am Jose Aguilar. I'm the supervisor for the LIS and right-of-way mapping unit, also known as just the final mapping unit. Today, I plan on providing a quick update and demo of some of the features we have been working on as part of the Final Map to GIS project. And as you guys recall, it's a collaboration between the final mapping unit and the GIS unit in the Office of Land Management to transition CAD data into GIS. As Joey stated, I have previously presented on a few things, and we want to continue on that path and keep everyone just kind of in the loop as to how we're doing with our progress on this. So just to recap, and give a little background to everyone. Over the years, the final mapping unit has explored ways of utilizing GIS to help manage data and improve access to the right-of-way information for users. We've had a number of factors that have led to us searching into GIS to kind of solve some of these problems that deal with some of our data being in mixed formats, CAD, TIFF, and most recently available in PDF. And often our maps are long strips, making it difficult to find viewing software by the average user to check out our maps and find the data they need. And then there's also software and standards changes that constantly delay our progress towards maintaining an updated right-of-way map. So we're making changes and we're building on past GIS pilot projects that have led to developing tools and processes. So one of our goals has been to convert a right-of-way map to GIS and still maintain some of that core information our users rely on. And to accomplish this goal, we have created a plan, built some ETL tools, and developed processes to convert selected CAD data features into GIS. And a web mapping application has been created to view our progress. So for today, I'll be focusing on three of these features: alignments, right-of-way footprints, and commissioner's orders. So I'll start off with the right-of-way. I'll start out with alignments. And this has been quite troublesome from the beginning for us. Alignments, it's something we want to collect and be able to show it in GIS, and it's a key component to right-of-way data. And it's been a struggle trying to get this to work, trying to get it to show the way we want it to. Um, and for those of you that aren't too familiar with alignments, I guess an alignment is a baseline with stationing and tick marks, and most often shown in 100-foot increments. For our right-of-way alignments are traditionally shown on the final map. They may include, a lot of times they do include curves and tangent lines for locating topographic features. There are several different types of alignments, some of which define the right-of-way boundary or pavement center line of a road, or might just be for reference purposes. Here I have an alignment that I want to focus in on. We've been able to collect not only the tangent lines and curves, but also the little tick marks I just referred to. This was a little, like I said, a little bit of a challenge, and we've also collected alignment information that kind of goes with it. So we can look at this alignment and get the information that we need, the stationing, um, and some of the curve information. We were trying to get as much of the curve information as we could, including PCs and PTs, which are very important to an alignment. Because if you just have a line without any curve information, it's not as useful. So we wanted to collect that. We've been able to collect some of this information. It doesn't display 100% the way we wanted to, but it's getting really close. And the more you zoom in, the more information that kind of pops into view. So this is what we're kind of working on with alignments. There are different types of alignments. There's the proposed right-of-way alignments and in place and other. At this point, this is as far as we're going with alignments. I don't think we need to capture anything beyond this. We just need to possibly tighten up some of the display um, to make it better. So jumping to another feature, I'm going to go over to the right-of-way footprints, and they're also known as vicinity maps. Let me turn this on. Now, in our current setup, accessing right-of-way maps is accomplished by selecting map footprints, essentially rectangular outlines, and clicking on each to open up a map. As we continue to develop GIS features, and footprints do not mix well with other GIS content, and now we're looking to change the way we view our footprints. An idea we are trying out is to change from rectangles to lines. By doing so, we reduce the clutter and continue to have control over how the data looks. So again, this is kind of how our current mapping application shows things. You can click on an area and you'll have multiple footprints, multiple maps located in the same vicinity, and it looks rather crowded. And if you turn on any sort of other data, then it really crowds all the content. It just gets really crowded. So what we've done is changed those footprints to lines, and now we're ending up with something cleaner, something we can work with, where you're still getting that same information, but you're getting it based off a line. And that's working out better for viewing some of the content and any additional content we're creating in GIS. So it's been a bit of an improvement going from all the footprints to something linear. And again, this is all in proposed. None of this is currently available in our mapping application, but we hope to someday get to that point. And on to my last feature, which is the commissioner's orders. Let me just turn off a layer here. And the commissioner's orders, these are official documents or maps describing highway right-of-way under the jurisdiction of the Commissioner of Transportation. They are available to the public through eDocs and are defined on the right-of-way map as either flagged or on a table. Plats and graphic orders do have footprints. However, narrative orders are only shown on the right-of-way map. It's sometimes difficult to pin the orders affecting, specific sections of right-of-way, and now we're attempting to show them in GIS, at least the ones that weren't available. So we've broken commissioner's orders down to three different types. Graphic and plat have historically been shown on our right-of-way mapping and monitoring application, but narratives have not. They've always just been on the maps, and as I mentioned, either on the front of the map or flagged in the body of the map. And we're trying to show those in GIS. So the graphic and the plat, they were automatically converted, similar to how I discussed the right-of-way footprints. The narrative, let me scroll out a little bit. The narratives are manually created at this point. And this is just some examples of some of the stuff we have in here. A line is basically created, and then we're having to input some of this information manually. We hope to someday change that and maybe connect to the Realms database and pull some of that information from the Realms database to auto-populate some of this information. And we can control what we view. If we don't want to see the narrative, if we just want to see the graphic and the plat, that's something we were kind of shooting for, to be able to control what's out there. Some of the pop-ups you'll see are not complete just because we just got some of these things up and going recently, so they're not functioning 100%, but the idea is still there, and we're getting to a point where we're feeling more comfortable with how things are starting to look and how things are starting to take shape. So our work is still in progress and limited to only a few test sites. We have around 8 test projects that we're working on to convert to convert a final map to GIS. And we hope to continue making progress in our effort of utilizing GIS to better manage right-of-way information. And with that, looks like I'm out of time. So that's all I had. Thanks, everyone.